What is my outreach strategy so everybody knows?
It's pretty much like cold outreaching, sending emails, showing you results. You have like a template of what a mail should look like. You have it on YouTube, dude.
Shit. Pretty good. Well, I'm just rehashing. What is it so everybody else knows what you're talking about? Guys, if you're
Yeah,
here, also turn on your camera. You're going to catch me on a bad day. So if you're not going to put on your camera, guys, beat rocks and kick off. And that's my polite way of saying cameras on or fuck off. Go on, go for it. Sorry.
yeah. It's pretty much trying to show business owners your result, the companies you want to work for, telling them why you want to work for them, and trying to be a bit more authentic, I guess you can say, rather than just sending a creepy DM that's kind of shit.
Yeah, very good. Right. Who else? Jassy, go for it. While I kick people out.
Oh, yeah. So for me, I'm getting a lot less people that are trying to rely on the supplement at the end of the call. And I'm getting a lot more calls that are going straight to the pitch. Like I'd say about 90% of them now.
Very good. Andy, go for it. Speak, Andy, or forever hold your peace.
Well, you had me muted, man. You telling me to shut up over here. Got went through first round interview. Got a follow up on Saturday with Bookmore Brides with Matt Seeley. Went really really well. Offer is a B2B, helping specifically wedding businesses, but it's also for creatives, photographers, DJs, stuff like that. And then I did reach out to a second company just in case, but I feel pretty confident about Bookmore Brides and I feel passionate about that offer. So I'm going hard on that one. And then actually the other one you posted, Endo, which was a gift from Francois. It's been super solid. I pinged Frederick and got a response on that one, so I got to send him a Loom video. So
Very good.
hoping to be on an offer by next week.
Very good. Elijah, go for it.
Used your strategy for I need to think about it objection and got a property under contract for real estate for 97,000. Meeting with the buyer today at 1:30 for 107,000. So hopefully can lock this up.
Yeah, really good. There you go. Rock and roll. Right, Alyssa, go for it.
Good morning,
Morning.
or good afternoon. Well, first of all, I had a situation that normally ends with the person plumbing me for free information. And then when I start talking about, I can do more than give you free information, I mean, I'm being really high level. I used your strategies. And more along the lines of what who was it? Elijah was describing in terms of the outreach. And the person is meeting with me on Friday to to sign up for a package.
Pretty good. Awesome. Jake,
Thank you.
well done. Good.
I closed my first three downsells on my first offer in the past week.
Pretty good. Awesome.
Great.
Candy, go for it. Last one.
Yeah, so I when I started here, I was telling you I had multiple offers, and
Mm-hmm.
I've cleaned that up, and I actually just landed a new offer, got rid of the other ones, and this one, I basically got it because it's her name's Atena Pegler, and she does like AI stuff, and I basically impressed her because she did a cold call, like she did oh my gosh,
A
how
role
do I
play?
role play? Yes, role play. So I won her over with a role play using your methods.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yes.
Good stuff. Right. So you all have proof of concept and proof of wins and results. Do me a big favor, take out your pens and papers if you got ones. On the right hand side, what I want you to write down is your outcome in terms of what you want to achieve in 2026. And then what you're going to write down on the left-hand side of that page is what you are achieving right now. And then, so I'll do it for you guys, so you guys understand. Take out your pens and papers. And then let's do it together. All right, so what you're going to write down is your outcome. So on your top right-hand side, so it's going to go down this way. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go inputs down here. So this is what you are doing today. So this is today, this is tomorrow. So down here, you're going to write down how much you make, where you live, what you do, what kind of car you drive, X, Y, Z, what you daily do, 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to write it all down in here. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to draw a big line like that. Then you're going to do this. Very simple. So at the bottom of your page, don't go to the bottom of your page because you're going to run out of space like I did. It's great that I have this page, but just you understand the concept. You want to do a big page, do the big page. So you could have your inputs, let's say here, and then you have a line here, a line here, a line here, and then up here you have your outcomes. So you have an 1, 2, 3 columns. X, Y, Z. All right. When you have that done, just do that. It should take you a minute or two. So today you're going to work off a system of 1 or 2. You go right into the chat. So on your outcomes, I want you to obviously go through that, go through your inputs. Now you got to ask yourself, very simple, into the first month, you got like a week left of the first month, give or take, a week and a half, if you count the weekends. Let's have a look. Yeah, you got a week and a half. You got to ask yourself, my outcomes and my inputs, are they aligned? Meaning the inputs that I do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, are they going to get my outputs? If they are, put a 1 in the chat. If they're not, right now, put a 2 in the chat. So meaning like how much money you make, where you live, how many holidays you want to book, how your body shape is supposed to look like, all of this great stuff. Who you want to take care of, how much debt do you want to pay down, do you want to build your credit again, so on and so forth. Francois is what Melissa is 1.5. 1.5 is cheating. It's either 1 or 2. It's a very simple concept. So most of you are yellow. 95% of you are yellow. Karina is the only one that's 1. Francois is 1. Francois, how much are you making the money you want to make? Just do this. Just go. Yes or no? No. So don't put down a 1. All right. Don't cheat yourself, guys. This is your time to be honest with yourself. Okay. So you got to ask yourself, are my daily habits, rituals, routines, are they getting me to that outcome? If I just did exactly what I did in the first 3 weeks, at the end of this year, am I going to look back and achieve that goal? It's either going to be yay or nay. It's either a 1 or a 2. If it's 2, it's no. If it's yes, it's 1. It's very simple. Yeah, that's all it is. If I've just carried what I've done up to this point, the amounts of time I've gone to the gym, the amount of times I've drank when I said I wouldn't, the amount of times that I've used drugs, the amount of times that I've slept in, the amount of times that I said I was going to train and I didn't train, the amount of follow-ups that I was going to do, the amount of attention on my skill sets, so on and so forth. All I ask from you is those out inputs, what you've done in the first 2.5, 3 weeks, are they going to outline and get me to the goal if all I do is just more reps of that? It's either yay or nay. 2 is no, 1 is yes. Does everyone have to put the number down? Right. Now, what you are going to do is you're going to be fucking honest with yourself. Now that you understand what the fuck you've done in the first 3 weeks, are you happy, sad, frustrated, disappointed? What are you? Put that in the chat. Frustrated, yeah. 80% happy. Okay. Excited, Candy is excited. Someone sad, confused, frustrated, distracted. Yeah, that's a good one. Excited. I don't know why you're excited, Ian, but that's okay. Let me know why you're excited. So everybody is given a buzzword, but actually truly write down how you feel. Don't fluff it. Don't give me like happy, excited, buzzword, buzzword, buzzword. That buzzword has a meaning. What is that meaning? Because I'm chasing my dream and I'm going to crush it. Okay, cool. Yeah. How long have you been chasing that dream, Ian? 1 year. Okay. How old are you, Ian? Question mark. 54. So up to 53, you weren't chasing a dream. What were you doing for 53 years? You're on mute. Go for it. Raising my children. Awesome.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, a little bit easier. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong
Well,
answer.
I officially launched my corporation last year, and everything's in alignment. And I'm busy doing the grind that needs to get me to where I want to be.
Awesome.
When I was young and had children, I had the decision: do I want to grind it and not be part of their lives?
Yeah.
I chose just to be part of their lives, and now they're old, and now I'm getting back into where I
Awesome.
want to be.
Did you stay at home and look after your kids, or did your wife stay at home and look after the kids? Or what way did you work? Or a bit of both?
Yeah, my wife was home, and she owned and operated a child care center. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. There's no right or wrong answer, guys. It's your
Yeah.
life. Like, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know, if you're now 54 years of age and you're chasing your goal, fucking absolutely brilliant. Some of you are 21 years of age and all you're doing is sitting on your hand wanking. So age is irrelevant. It's about what you're doing on a daily basis. So actually write down, guys. I don't know why you guys aren't writing shit down. Write down exactly how that fucking frustration or sadness or disappointment makes you actually feel. I'm not interested in buzzwords. I'm not interested in, being around people that aren't honest. So take a minute and be honest with yourself. So some of you last week were like, I don't know how to take a buzzword and actually link it to something of actual values. Like I think Jassy was telling me that. How do I take someone's sore knees and make it an actual thing? Well, very simple. Be honest with yourself first so you can understand how to be honest with everybody else. So Jassy is frustrated because I know I can put in more effort, wake up earlier, work a bit longer, train smarter. Well, why aren't you doing that? Like, be honest with yourself. Like, tell yourself and be honest with yourself why it's making you feel this X, Y, and Z, and then tell yourself why. Why are you staying in this vicious cycle of doing a little bit, not getting the result, failing on your commitments to yourself, and you just keep recycling the same pattern over and over and over again? Be honest with yourself. Tell yourself truly what the fuck is going on. Do you not believe in yourself? Are you not confident enough? Do you not have the skill sets? Very hard to do something if you don't believe in it, and it's very hard to do something if you don't believe in yourself. Be honest with yourself. Write it all down. I'm telling you now because like I have had to do this all the time. And writing shit down and being honest with yourself with other people is freeing. It allows you to fucking figure out either I'm in this or I'm not this. Because you're the same people, guys, that I'll see next year, the year after, and so on and so forth. There is virtually no difference between you and someone like Kurt or Josh Lyons that I've coached and trained, and Johnny May and all these guys that I've developed. There's nothing other than their belief systems in themselves. And their belief system in me to coach and train them and develop them, or Yash or fucking, or the other kids, JP or any of the guys that I've coached. There's nothing in them that ultimately all you fucking freaks don't have either. Yes, they're tremendously skilled, but that's easy. You just click and collect. That's just effort and time and repetition. Raymond is, I'm very lazy and I don't believe in myself. Okay, right, be honest. Who's Raymond? I don't even know who the fuck Raymond is. Yeah, the rest of you? Jack, I struggle with confidence and belief in myself. Yeah. Skill set, confidence, push harder. Yeah, keep writing it out, guys. We're not moving on. And I'm not training you until you're honest with yourself. Because I can't train you guys if you're not going to be honest. Because you can keep coming in here and I can keep filling up your bucket. But as soon as you leave here, you're going to deplete that bucket every day. So it's irrelevant. If I got to come in here and shout at you every day, guys, literally every day for you to get up and go for your family, it's a waste of your time. Not confident in my sales skills. I still feel like I have a lot to learn before I can start closing more deals. Yeah, that's obvious. Clear and obvious. Very good. What else? That's not actually telling you what's going on, Jesse. That's just basically you copping out. Fucking be honest with yourself. Anybody want to come off mute and share? Anybody want to be truly honest with themselves and fucking tell the truth? Other than Andy, because Andy always fucking goes first in everything that I see around him. Like, all of you here, stand tall. Stand up. Like, no one cares here. You're all shit in my eyes. I don't actually care. I was once shit too. But it's the inputs and the actions that I do on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis that ultimately puts me here and you're here. And the reason why you can't get here is because number one, you don't believe in yourself, and number two, you're incapable of doing so because you stay in a vicious cycle. So come off mute. Let me help you. I gotta be able to break your belief systems. Go for it, Jake. What's going on with you?
Yeah, so I believe I'm doing the inputs required. It's just the fact that I just need to do more and do more.
Right, but why aren't you doing more?
Mainly just uh partly laziness and comfort. Like I see 200 dials, which like I get happy about, but I could be doing 300. I could be doing 400, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Mhm.
always more, more, more.
Yeah, but like if you're just gonna be in a position of more, and I was in this position too, I was making no money, then made 40 grand a month, and then I wanted 100 grand a month, and then I wanted 1 million a month, and so on and so forth. And so if you're just gonna chase numbers, you're gonna fail.
Mm.
That's irrelevant of the inputs. Why aren't you doing more? Why don't you go all out? Why are you like holding on and trying not to burn all the bridges? What's going
Um,
on?
that's a good question.
I know, fucking hell, I've made a living off asking good questions, so figure it out. Think about it. So think about it and I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Candy, go for it.
Yeah, so I had to really wrestle with something that you had said earlier on, which was the amount of hours that I needed to work in order to achieve my goals. And
Yeah.
I had to really face the fact that, I'm a single mom and I have 3 kids and I'm still breastfeeding and it's really stressful and I'm
Yeah.
exhausted. And I realized, I was taking on these part-time roles, some of them that weren't really in alignment because I was using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
And so this new thing that I did, like I've dropped some things. I said my piece to, what I thought was a good offer with the, venture private equity, venture capital, because he wasn't giving me enough hours and there was
Sure.
just no runway.
Uh-huh.
And then I got recruited onto this team and I wouldn't have, like everything I've been doing the last 6 to 8 months to just continue to keep going, even though I was exhausted and just pushing through.
Yep.
So now I'm placed where I got in
Yeah.
and I know I can do well. And now it's like
Well,
game on.
you gotta put up or shut up. That's what you're at now. That's the level you're
Yeah.
at. Let me tell you something really honest and really truthful and really direct and to the point. You're gonna be exhausted whether you're gonna make money or lose money or just be broke. So you're gonna be exhausted anyway, regardless.
Yep.
Because there's always going to be something that's going to happen or there's something that you're going to do that's going to make you exhausted, especially when you got 3 little ones and you're doing
Yeah,
most of
I've accepted that and I had to just wrestle with like, okay, but I'm living in poverty. I'm on food stamps, and the only person that's going to come and save me and get me out of this is me. And I've got to just be better. I've got to get up earlier,
Yeah.
stay up later, do what I need to do. So
And this is what I want to. I wrote something out this morning, guys. I was thinking of you because I like to come in here once a week at the moment and kind of give you something of value. And I wrote something out. That's why I asked you guys to be truly honest with yourself and be truly transparent, because the amount of coaching, training, development that I can give you is fucking off the chart. And I've made it for pretty much everyone that I've ever coached that believed in themselves and went all in. If you fucking fundamentally are a closed vessel, there's nothing that can get in. If you are fundamentally closing your doors, nothing can get in. And if you're barricading yourself up, you cannot develop, you cannot grow. All that you're doing is prolonging failure, because you are going to fail in this industry. There is nobody that does not get better, that fundamentally does not do the hours, doesn't improve their skills, going to stay here in 12 months' time. All that you're doing is prolonging failure. You all know that, don't you? Which I don't want you to do. So unless you actually figure that out, you're just going to fail eventually. All that you're doing is just prolonging the pain that you're willing to suffer. It's like a plank. That's all it is, you know. That's the issue. Right. Let's have from Yiwen Wang. My little Asian brother. What's happening, young man? Go for it.
It's
What's
a tough one, bro. Sorry, it's pretty early, bro. It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm in New Zealand, so voice is a bit shot, but
Talk to me.
yeah, I think what it is that like I recently for the last 2 weeks been on an offer, like I think first official offer, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I got like a sale, like comms coming in, I guess, which is good, but it's not a very solid offer in my opinion. I've done a bit of like research into it, so I'm
Yep.
putting in the work, putting in the effort, like still showing up for myself, doing what I can control, but I'm not really sure because I don't want to be like a offer hopper or of any of that sort. But I think a part of me is also like staying because like maybe I don't have full confidence in being able to like nail a real good one
Yeah,
as well.
very good. Well, I'll give you a context in terms of life. So I'll give you a little quick example, and it's an extreme example, but most of you will understand what I would say. So for argument's sake, domestic abuse. Let's just say domestic abuse, a very simple concept. Why does a woman stay? Why does a man stay, man or female? They stay because they don't feel that they deserve more or betterment. They stay or feel that fundamentally what I am achieving right now is what I deserve, and this is the level that I'm at. If you do not improve yourself mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it may be, or whatever you feel is lacking, all that you're experiencing right now is exactly what you are going to get. Because you're telling the universe and you're telling yourself, this is the level that I'm at. This is the level that I'm in. So for argument's sake, has everyone ever seen somebody that leaves a situation and then the next person, they eventually attract the same type of person? It's just a vicious cycle over and over and over again. And it's the problem that people have in this world. And I want you to write this down, guys, because I've been thinking about this morning for you. The hardest path that you have to take is from 0 to 1. And what I mean by that, guys, is to make enough money to be above the pain line of life. It's absolutely brutal out there. Years ago, you used to have to be able to go to work. You used to be able to save your money. You used to be able to buy your house. You used to be able to have your family. That's what it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Unfortunately, in today's reality, you are getting absolutely peppered left, right, and center with 20-year-old kids driving around the Lamborghinis, telling you that you're worthy, unworthy of it. You got ladies who are being peppered left and right about if a man's not able to provide or you're not able to provide 100 roses in a fucking red Lamborghini Urus, life is not worth living. And that, you know, TikTok is the only path of truth. The world is going against you. So the whole context of what I'm trying to say to you guys, it's not just okay to be okay. You can't actually live a normal life because a normal life now, guys, is going to cost you at least 10 to 20,000 every month just to have a comfortable life. And if you're not at that level, guys, you are in survival. That's all your life is. You are literally in survival. And the reason you're in survival is because you get washed away with the cost of living, inflation, and the printing of more and more and more money with all the fucking fighting and the wars that are going on in the world. That's the reality. So the only answer that you have to have isn't about building a business, because 99% of businesses are going to fail, in my honest opinion, because you cannot compete with the likes of Amazon. Imagine if I was to try and sell this pen in a corner shop. How can I compete with Amazon, Walmart, or any of these other Shopify stores? How the fuck could you compete with all of those companies that are spending millions a day on advertising? You just simply can't. Correct? The answer isn't investing your money because you don't have enough money to invest it. So what's the answer? What is the answer? The answer is commission. The answer is skill set. The answer is nothing in, everything out. What have all of you given to the sales industry, to the sales world, other than your time? Fuck all. You don't have 150,000 in fucking student loans. You didn't have to open up an office. You didn't have to hire 5 people. You didn't have to learn, 6 years of how to get a diploma and all this other bullshit. You have nothing in it, only your time. Correct? So if you understand what I'm trying to get at, to get all of you out of the pain line, because you're all in the pain line. Let's call a spade a spade. You're all in a position where you do not get to live the life that you want. And life is not getting easier, it's getting what? What do you think? Is it getting easier or harder? What do you guys think? I'll give you a quick example. If you went to and did your food shopping a year ago, compared to where it is now, is it more or is it less? It's more, isn't it? If you paid your bills, your gas and your electricity and your aircon over in the US, last year to this year, the same time, is it more or is it less? It's more, isn't it? The only metric that you can actually scale up into, guys, is your skill sets and what the fuck you got to do every day. So the problem you have is if you just want an okay life is 10 to 20K as a family unit. That's to live a comfortable life, to live a good life where you get to pay all your bills, you get to have a good amount at the end of the month to reinvest it into other things, your stocks, your shares, you get to go on holidays, you get to have a good life, and so on and so forth. If you do not get to that level, guys, you are in survival mode, and all that you're doing is waiting to die. Literally it. You're going to survive for the next 30, 40 years, and then you're just going to die. So you got to take stock of where the fuck you are in your life. And you got to take stock of what you want to achieve in your life. And then you got to ask yourself, am I actually going to go for it? Because if you do not get to a stage where you make 10 to 20,000 every single month, you can't go on the holidays. You can't buy the cars. You can't buy the house. You can't pay for a family. You can't allow your wife to stay at home if she wants to, or your husband, or whatever way you want to make up your life. You cannot actually do that. You have to have 2 people going to work, and one of your wages is literally going to get washed away with child care and school fees. How I know? Because I've been in that situation. That's why when I saw sales, it was like, are you fucking shitting me? This is the answer. So the simple reality is, guys, you can't actually outwork your situation. If you just do what you're doing right now and do more of it, you're just going to stay broke. You're just going to have a little bit more. But with time and inflation and the cost of everything in terms of living expenses, you're just going to get washed away anyway. Who feels like you're taking 1 step forward but 2 steps back? Every year, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Put up your hand. Honestly, like truly put up your hand. I used to feel like this before sales too. That's why it took me, so I had my first little girl at 21. It took me another 7 years to have my next child. Pretty unusual for people, isn't it? The reason being, guys, is I truly didn't believe that I was capable enough to be able to bring a person into this life and to be financially, emotionally, spiritually at the fucking helm for that child. I wasn't comfortable with that amount of pressure, but that amount of responsibility. Anyone ever feel like that? Where you look at your kids, you're like, fucking hell, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to do it one way or the other. We're just going to try. I used to feel like that too. That's why it took me 7 years to have another child. So the reality is that you guys have to understand, guys, if you do not break out of this cycle, if you do not actually start truly believing in yourself, if you do not start truly getting after this in the capacity of where you are, you're going to fail in sales. That's the first thing that's going to happen. You're going to waste your time, and then you're going to go back doing whatever the hell you were doing before you got in here. So do me a big favor, write down 2 things. What you were doing before you got into sales, and 2, do you actually want to go back doing it? Because that is the reality, unfortunately. So write down what you did, and are you comfortable enough to go back to do it? And it's okay, like some of you were probably making good money too, you just didn't have the luxury of life. So that's where you're at. Like those are your options, fundamentally. That's actually the decision that you got to make now. And some of you are like, fucking hell, that's really serious. That's really like, holy shit. That's the reality, unfortunately, out there. That's the reality of actually not being able to get above the pain line. Who here looks at a bill that comes in on a monthly basis and go, fuck, I know where we're pulling this from this month. These credit cards are keep racking up. Because I know you Americans live in the credit card. I know you guys live in the red. That's why you're so comfortable with putting things on cards. Over here in the UK, we're not as comfortable. So like, it's basically you got to just earn more. And then if you can't, unfortunately, then you fall into the social circle. You fall into people taking care of you. You fall into the government raising your kids. You fall into the government feeding your kids. And that's awful to say. That's the fucking reality. If you do not make enough money, guys, we live in a social environment where sometimes there's a fabrication and there's a safety net that ultimately stops you from falling to the ground. But unfortunately, a lot of people fall through that. Everyone that is on the streets and homeless now obviously have made choices to get there. That's totally understandable and that's totally fair. But before they got to the street, guys, there was something that tried to stop them from getting to the street, and they went through that again. Whether it's family or whether it's, you know, the social fabric of the companies or the countries that they make up. So unless you get past the pain line, guys, all that you're doing is basically surviving. And that's what I wanted you to understand today. And how I know that you're just in the pain line is you worry about everything. You worry about the groceries, you worry about the bills, you worry about the fucking Somalians over there in Minnesota, you worry about the boats here in the UK, you worry about shit that actually doesn't concern you. Because you always have the opinion and the fear of someone else is having instead of me, so it's my fault. I'm going to obviously blame that person. And then the beauty of all of this, guys, and this is the actual kicker that fucking drives me around the bend. You'll get to 60, 70, 80, 90 years of age, whatever it is that it's your time to go. Whatever you accumulate on this earth, you'll hand it on to your kids, hoping they get a better stand up. And the companies or fucking companies, the countries that you live in will tax them on the inheritance. How fucked up is that? So anything that you kill yourself over 50, 60 years of working, and there's 100 grand, they're going to have to give away 30, 40% of it. That's crazy, isn't it? So with that information, it's up to you guys what you want to do. You can literally stay in this position, and it's important that you stay in this position because people like me and people that are running companies, we actually need workers. We actually need people to just be okay with being okay. As you can imagine, Amazon and McDonald's and all of these places, all these mom and pop shops are finished. Aren't they? You go down to your local street, guys, there's no more pops and shops. It's 7-Eleven, it's fucking CVS, it's Tesco's, Sainsbury's here. There's no more like groceries in the UK anymore. There's none of them that can compete at the level. That's why it's impossible to build a business, guys, in the Western world and actually survive and actually go and compete if you don't have a unique product. If you're just selling anything, guys, you're fucked. So you have to ask yourself, guys, what the hell do I need to do every day to actually improve and get better? And I see the only way out of this, and that's the beauty of what I'm bringing back to Objection Box. I wasn't okay with just seeing so many of you fail. And unfortunately, you're going to fail if you just keep doing what you're doing. I'm your only hope in getting there, largely, or somebody else like me. And that's the fucking reality, unfortunately, for you guys. So you got to decide, like, are you on the boat or are you watching the boats go by? It's like, that's where you are. But understand the risk and reward of both sides. Understand, like, what's actually going to happen if I don't make this a reality. And how I know you got to make a reality is you got to take your living expenses, but what you do, strip it all back, and then you got to look at your savings and your income, and you got to say to yourself, how long do I got with this not changing and this changing? This is always going to come down. This is never going to come down. If anything, it's fucking getting worse. If anything, your bills are going up. Some of you have a month in sales before you got to fucking go back to 9 to 5. Some of you don't even have a month. Some of you have a year. I don't know, but that's the question you need to fucking figure out. And then you need to say to yourself, fuck, I'm fucked unless I make this work. I'm going back to an engineering job or whatever Jassy's doing or Melissa does or Chris does. I don't really know. That's up to you guys. Because you can't keep having your living expenses and not making the money that you want to make. Life is expensive. Kids are expensive. Homes are expensive to run. Cars, all your bills and so on and so forth. I don't want to come in here and dampen your spirits, guys, but I need to always be honest with you and tell you guys the truth. Because your output, guys, has to look at your inputs and say, I'm nowhere near this. I'm fucking wasting my time. And it's okay to give up if you're not actually going to be the person that's going to go out there and get it. It's okay not to actually do this because most of you are going to fail anyway in sales. Because you're not capable. You don't have the skill set. You don't work hard enough. You don't have the resilience. You don't have the social capacity. You don't know how to speak to people. You don't have the confidence. Some of you are going to fucking lose anyway. Even if you just keep doing more and more and more, even if you have a year of savings, some of you are just not going to get there with your skill sets. And that's not me dampening the spirits. That's just me actually trying to protect you. I did it this week. Some Indian kid, I was like, you're wasting your time, buddy. You're not going to get in here and make it happen. And he actually came back and thanked me, which was quite funny. But it's actually truthful. Like, I'm not here to fucking take the piss out of you. I'm just here to tell the truth. And it's unfiltered. And if I got a filter, it's probably not my message anyway. So that's what I got for you today, guys. That's all I got for you. Typically, I'll answer any questions that you have, guys. I'll answer anything that you need in terms of objections, problems, concerns, anything that you have in terms of your sales career or anything that I can give you. I'm more than happy to stay past. I want you guys to know I actually truly do care about you. There's nothing worse, guys, as a person. For me, I was born to coach. I was born to lead. I was born to push people out of their own way. I was born to do that. It's what I know. It's who I am. It's where my core values are. And there's nothing more frustrating for me, guys, to see people that can actually make something of themselves not go. That's why I always say, like, you have to start with internals and figure out like what's going on inside. But as I said to you guys, if you do not get above that pain line, it's just up to you how far above the pain line you got to go. I will just ask you guys a very, very simple question. Just look in your local areas where you live. Look at a nice house, like not a fucking mansion, but not a shithole. A good place that has a good school. You know, the streets are clean. They've got a good coffee shop. I'm not like going flying private jets and driving Lamborghinis, but I'm just saying like a nice home, a 3, 4, 5 bedroom home. You and your wife, you both have 2 cars, 2 phones. You go on a holiday or 2 holidays a year. You have 2 kids. They're not really in a massive private school, but they're not in the worst school. They're in somewhere in the middle. I'm just averaging this out, guys. Just a middle, okay, good life. Not excellent, but not living in fucking poverty where we're fucked. But like just a good life. Where you live, where you want to live. And tell yourself, what's that going to cost you? You should all know based on where you live, how much the house is going to cost, how much the property tax is going to be over there in the US, how much of food is going to be for like 5 people. And then say to yourself, like, what do I need to earn in order to be able to have this life? I guarantee you guys, it's anywhere from 8,000 to 15, 20,000. 20,000 is on a higher level. But 240K, guys, 10 years ago, for me, was like, fuck, that's a fucking crazy amount of money. In the last 5 years, guys, that's nothing. Like, simply, that is not enough to, like, go 3, 4 holidays a year, have nice things, buy your Monclers or your Rolexes or, like, something where you can hold on to and go, fuck, I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud that I worked so hard and got that. I'm not saying buy it every week and buy it every month, but I'm just saying, so just average that out where you are in your life, where you want to live, an average life, an average street, an average fucking, 9 to 5, whatever it may be, and ask yourself how far away you are from that life. Now, you can do two things. You can actually figure it out, or you can do what most people are going to do, which is bury their head in the sand and just survive and just hope, like most people have. And the reality is, guys, and the truth, and some of you are going to hate me, if you're above 45, 50, 60 years of age and you've not figured it out, you ain't going to figure it out. The likelihood of you actually figuring it out is fucking single digits out of 100 people. Single digits. You had to figure this out in your 20s and your 30s. And some of you are going to be a little bit older, and I look at Francois, and he has a smirk on his face, he's going to say, I'm going to prove Billy wrong. I fucking truly, wholeheartedly want you to do that. But I'm just going to say, statistically, if you've not figured it out into your 50s and 60s, you're probably not going to have it. And then what are we going to do? The saddest thing that I saw this week, guys, I walked into Sainsbury's the other day, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, so that's our like 7-Eleven or CVS, and there was easily a 70-year-old man stacking shelves. I'm like, fuck that. That man should have been retired long ago. He should be living a good life. He should be fucking relaxing. He should be fishing. He should be golfing. He should be doing whatever they want to do. He was hunched over pushing a trolley. I'm like, I actually want to give you a hand, but I don't want to disrespect you and tell you that I feel sorry for you. So that's where we're at with it in life. And that's as serious as it needs to be. Right. Any questions, issue, problems? I know I'm ranting at you guys, but I rant and I care too much. That's my fucking problem. I care too much about you guys to see you guys fail and see you guys live a bad life, because I've seen bad lives, unfortunately. Chris, go for it. You got something for me? You got a question or issue or anything?
Well, it was on the contrary, Billy. It was just more a case of December was my best month, and I'm on track for an even better month in January. So it wasn't all doom and gloom. Like,
all right, brilliant.
I only put the 80% just because the little daily disappointments. I haven't done the gym today, or bullshit stuff like that. But I'm seeing the benefit of daily turns into a routine and a habit. So
brilliant. That's all it is. It's like some days you're going to fail at some things, and some days you're going to fail at nothing. And it's about stacking wings, guys. It's about stacking the days, stacking the weeks, stacking the months. It's not about like, if I fail today, I'm a failure. I'm never going to win again. Do you want to know the honest truth? Yesterday, I didn't get up to like 11 o'clock. I looked outside. It was lashing rain. And I was like, I didn't have to get up. It was like, why? Because I'm so far above the pain line. It doesn't matter anymore to me. My whole life is paid for. I'm 33 years of age. It happened at 30. And I'm not saying that to brag, and I'm not saying that to boast, but I've been on this journey, guys, since I was 18 years of age. Why? Because I saw my mother struggle, and I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to do all that stuff and have somebody else wash it away, or the economy wash it away, or so on and so forth, or leverage myself up to the fucking gills, and then I'm in negative equity. That's why I worked. And then I had a baby early on, and I was like, well, I'd be fucked if I'm going to be one of these guys that ultimately has babies and then not able to provide for them. So that's why I've worked hard for the last 10 years, 12 years, well, 13 years as such, more. Fuck. Right, and but you can do that then if you don't have to get up. I don't have to get up every day. I can literally stay in bed. Now that means that I don't do it every day, but yesterday was fucking lashing rain. I was like, fuck. Right, Anders, go for it.
Yeah, it's a question in the job hunting right now, if that's cool. Thinking about like follow-ups and things around that line. Look with jobs, like, most aren't going to respond. Do you have like an idea of how to do follow-ups to these guys? You do like if you were appointment setting, or like what's your thoughts there?
So the whole context of like, why would I give you an opportunity? Like, what are you shown in your follow-ups? What are you shown in terms of your resilience and your fucking attitude and your like resilience to go out there and make shit happen? Most people send one message, and then like if they don't respond back to you, they're never going to message again.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, it's their fault. Like they obviously didn't believe in me. It's like if you know that you can help that person and you know that you can do what you need to do, maybe they're testing you. I used to do this all the time when I hired people.
Yeah.
So I will test people. I'm like actively not messaging. So the person that I brought onto my team the last time messaged me on all my socials, messages my business partners trying to get contact to me.
Yeah.
And eventually it'll come back around. I'm like, fuck, this fucking fella's denying me so much. I better just say hello to him and see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking that. I had like a guy a few hours ago go like, you've been harassing me for the past 4 days. I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like
yeah.
I'm gonna fucking figure it out where you live. I'm gonna figure out where you go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna send something to you. This is a great option. Like send someone a bottle of whiskey or like, hey, I don't need anything other than a chance.
Yeah.
I want nothing from you other than a belief system in you for a week. Give me 10 days. Let me show you what I can do. Give me 10
Yeah.
days. Let me pay for my leads. Let me fucking chase after the, non-sale channel. Let me go after the people that didn't book or something. Like you got to do something that actually solves someone's problem without asking them for something.
Yeah.
You gotta
Okay.
you gotta show like I'm willing to eat shit in order to get myself a chance. This is the problem, guys. As I always tell you, there's so many of you now. There's so many salespeople. There's so many people that are trying to get into industry because they literally understand what I just went through for 20 minutes. They're not going to get there in a 9 to 5. They're not going to have a good life in a 9 to 5 because you're going to get outpaced by inflation and the cost of living. Every dollar you make, guys, is not worth any amount like it was. That dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. I go to Miami a lot, guys, as you guys know. Every time I go there, my coffee is more. It's like $6 a cup, $7 a cup. You're like, what the fuck? When did fucking a flat white become $7? And then you fucking cheeky cunt want to spin the dial around at me and give me a tip. You want another $2 for a tip for just taking my order. Before you know it, guys, you go there with 2, 3 people, you're talking $30, $25 for 3 coffees. Now you can't tell me that people are looking at their life and going, well, this is fucked. I'm not doing this no more. Well, then I'm going to try how to make money out here and do this and figure this out. And that's why you see young men jumping after crypto or money making schemes and X and Y and Z. That's why you see people making a ton of money early because it's like, if I can figure out a way to monetize this, then most people that are broke are going to try and do it. I can make money off it, so on and so forth. But you have to understand, guys, it is a game of survival in 2026. Literally a game of survival. Matthew, go for it. What you got?
Yeah, I hopped on Moves Method about a week ago, and I took my first call, a couple calls yesterday. I took 4 calls in close, and I got an objection that I wasn't too familiar with though, because I've mostly been on like ROI offers,
Yeah.
right? So the objection that I got though was a woman who is saying, "Oh, it's a money fear objection, but essentially her reason for why she couldn't invest is because she has people depending on her, like her kids and so forth and so on." So I tried to kind of handle that in discovery, where I said, okay, so I talked to a lot of people or a lot of women in general, and you typically try and or you typically care and nature or nurture the people around you and don't really prioritize yourself, but it still came up as an objection. So I'm wondering, like, how can I go about handling
So
that?
fundamentally, if you are a carer for people, who's the most important person to care for?
Yourself.
Okay, so if that person doesn't understand that concept, how can you help them understand it from a different point of view? You can't.
Mm.
So there's a great concept of obviously the plane is going down. What's the plane always telling you to do?
Sorry, what was that?
So a plane is going down, it's crashing. What do they tell you to do?
Well,
Put on your own face mask, isn't it?
yeah.
You can't help people if you're dying yourself. You can't help people if you're unhealthy yourself. You can't help people if you're not in the right place. So imagine a fucking smackhead druggie dealer, smackhead fucking drug addict telling another smackhead how to give up drugs. Wouldn't make sense, would it?
Yeah.
You
You need to
ultimately lead by example.
Yeah.
But here's the
So you need
concept of Moves Method. How many of you are on Moves Method? Another high volume, high turnover. Who's on Moves Method? Who was on it? Andy was on it. Jassy, are you still on it, or what the hell is going on with you? Or you're on Committed Coaches, another great company, the exact same. You guys are going to burn and churn those offers if you don't know what you're doing very quickly. You guys get 20 to 30 leads and you're done. Correct, Andy? How many leads did you get?
I actually got 9 total.
9 in total, and then they said, thanks very much, see you later on.
Yep.
Yep, there you go. And I would absolutely, if I'm on that high volume, is what we're doing. Because you're going to burn through the company's cash. They're not going to keep you around, guys. That's as savage as this industry is. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Those are entry-level opportunities, dude. Those are not even the better opportunities. Those are entry-level opportunities, guys. That's where most of you are going to get into if you're not at a higher level opportunity. And if you're not able to do it, guys, before you start doing it, and you're trying to learn on the job like Jassy is right now, you're wasting your time. You're literally surviving, and you're going to eventually die. You're literally on your last legs. You're on, you're in the red, basically, trying to get out of the red into the green. And by the sheer luck of grace of God, you might get out of there. But if you're trying to learn how to do this and do it at the same time, guys, because you do not have a foundational understanding of how sales works, and you do not have a foundational understanding of how to move people from point A to point B, you are fucking dead in the water, unfortunately. All you're doing is holding on for dear life until they say, appreciate the work you've done. Appreciate you giving us your effort. It's just not going to work out this time. Please come back if you want to have another go. That's what's going to happen, unfortunately. So now, my advice to all of you guys is, yes, you want to be in sales. Yes, you want to get a handle on things. But there's a fucking plan and a place of like, don't jump in on something where you're only going to get 10 to 20 leads, and then if you don't burn anything through, you're fucked. 9 leads is what it is. That's what I'm saying. It used to be about 15 to 20. Companies are coming back because there's just so many of you. I know straight away after 10 leads if this guy gets it or not. I know, we know. I'll look at one of your calls. In the first 8 minutes, I know whether you're going to stay or stick. I know. And they know too. Because they see it day in, day out, day in, day out, hundreds of leads, hundreds of leads, hundreds of leads, same process, same problem, same issue, same avatar, same problems over and over and over again, guys. They know after 10 calls whether you're going to be able to stick or not. And if you're not able to do it, guys, you're done. Elvis, go for it. What a name that is. Elvis. Go for it.
Yeah, I was just wondering about trust objection. That's the biggest objection I get on my calls now. It's definitely a front end issue in terms of like they haven't got a massive amount of case studies on the offer I'm on.
Yeah.
Although like we can actually get the results, they just don't have the case studies to back it. And
they probably shouldn't be charging for it then if they don't have the case studies and the wins and results and the testimonials to be able to charge something for it.
We shouldn't charge it. But how can I deal with that on my end? Because obviously, like, I can't do anything on the front end.
Virtually fuck all you can do if they don't trust. So here's the problem with people: if they don't trust you, like you, or if they don't know you, they ain't going to buy with you because they don't have to. You're one of, what do you sell? What do you do? Leads,
basically.
You're like one of a dozen, dime in a dozen, buddy. Yeah. So like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I could give you the frameworks, and I can see, Melissa, I could give you all of this stuff, and I can give you everything that I could tell you what to do, and it could work, it can't work, but like I don't know the company, so like if they've got no testimonials, case studies, wins, and a consistency of actually putting numbers on the board, why would somebody want to invest in them? You probably wouldn't invest in them if you're truly honest, Elvis, would you?
Yeah, I mean, if I had done the research beforehand, I couldn't see that was something to do.
Your audio and video is awful, my friend. Sorry. It's cutting in and out. I'll just turn off your video because I can't actually hear you. What did you say? Sorry?
No, I definitely wouldn't know. Like, if I'd done the research and I couldn't see the case studies, obviously.
So there's the ethical standpoint, Elvis, of like, don't sell something you wouldn't buy yourself. That's what happens though, guys. This is where Elvis is at. He wants to start in sales. Your skill level will only get you to the first layer. This is the first layer. This is the problem. This is where people are at. And if you don't have somebody like me to actually help you, or you don't have somebody like me to help place you onto a solid offer where we can give you time and educate you and train you and develop you, you end up in shit like this. And then it's a vicious cycle. And all you're going to do is keep doing this for months and months, and you're going to lose all your savings. And then you're going to go back to 9 to 5. That's literally has happened to thousands of people. And it's not just this industry, it's every industry, unfortunately. You're unprepared and you're not able because the company that you're working with is not ready to be charging people for any amount of service. That's the problem. Because all in true is like that business owner is like, well, I got to get above my pain line. I got to get above my issues. Fuck, I'm just going to try and charge people for this and hope and wish and pray so I can get above my pain line and I can, you know, feel a little bit of peace in my life. That's what happens all the time. We're all trying to get ahead, guys. We're all trying to get out of the bucket. We're all trying to fucking push out of the pain that we're currently feeling. Literally every day. Everyone is. His company is. Why wouldn't he? That's what I'm saying to you guys. Like whatever you're feeling today, guys, is the reality of what the hell is going on in your life and the standards that you hold. And the reality of all of this is Andy is giving you the fucking metrics. You get 10 to 20 deals. You can't do it, guys. You're on borrowed time. And then what'll happen, guys, is you go from this layer to this level, to this layer, to this level. And before you know it, guys, down the toilet you go. Thanks very much. See you later on. That's what happens in life. That's what happens in sales. That's what happens in business. If you cannot stay in the game long enough, guys, you can't have the access to figure it out. That's what happens. And I'm not here to be a downer dampener on you guys, but if you're gonna earn your 20, 30, 40K a month commission off the table, guys, you're gonna fucking earn it at the front. And you're gonna pass every amount of insecurity and every fear that you're faced with. And you're gonna become something that you're incapable of doing right now on your own. And that's why, as I've said to you, that's why I'm coming back to the game, because I can't keep sitting around and watch you guys fail. You know, I give you the education and the training and so on and so forth. And there's like 700, 600 people in the group. There's 33 people here, probably at max there was 40 something. You 40 something people deserve help. You 40 people deserve, you know, more. You deserve people to help you, you know, because you're willing and wanting. Now, of course, there's insecurities and it's like a consistency and stuff like that, but you got to have someone up your ass. You have to have someone fucking driving you forward. That's most people, unfortunately, in life. Most people aren't self-starters. They have to have someone shouting at them and fucking holding the line and keeping them on the right track and pushing them forward. You know? That's why I always start with, like, you got to figure out, like, who and what and why. You know? So I'm looking at Candy. I didn't even know that's your real name, but if it is, what a name. You know, your daughter's in your arms. Like, you have, like, there's no other option, guys. Like, what's the option? What options do you actually have? You have two options: get better or go back. That's it. Literally it. That's literally all you guys have. Or you have to pour time into something else. And then you'll get to the stage in that where then you have to make that choice, is whether I'm going to keep going with this or I'm going to go back here. That's literally all you have. And you guys can pray, you guys can fucking manifest, you guys can journal all you like. It means nothing. How many of you pray for a fucking golden handshake? How many of you pray for the numbers of the lottery every year or every month, every day, every week? It's not how it works, guys. It's like, it's not it. You pray for the strength to get better. That's it. You pray for the strength to believe in yourself enough to keep going and keep pushing and keep getting after it. You're not going to pray one day, guys, and there's going to be 100 grand sitting outside your door in a briefcase. It's not how it works. They don't even do it in Disney, guys. That'll tell you how unrealistic it is. But some of you guys want to believe that and hold on to that and think that that's going to happen. It's not going to work. So as I said to you guys today, like I thought of you today and I thought of like where you're at. I thought of like the January blues. Everyone starts off like a rocket. Everyone like is, I'm going. 26 is my year. I'm fucking going for it. I'm going for it. And then after a while, guys, your motivation starts to dip as your skill set doesn't get better and your energy gets dwindled down and your results get dwindled down and so on and so forth. And life happens and so on and so forth. Before you know it, guys, you're 6 months into the year, still talking about it's your year, but you've already wasted 6 months. I'm telling you now, guys, like it's getting harder out there. It's getting more fucking difficult and no one is coming to save you. Literally, no one is coming to save you. And like everyone will talk about like the economies are growing and everything is growing and everything is building. You're worried about paying your bills. You're worried about putting food in the fridge. You don't see the growth. I see the growth because I can see it in the stock market. I can see my portfolio growing. But the person that's not making the money is only worried about surviving next week, next month, next year. So by the time that comes all the way down, guys, and it actually hits your bank account, inflation is going to go up. Cost of living is going to go up. So by the time it actually comes all the way down, it's actually getting a little bit more expensive. There's only one way out, guys. You have to make more. The only way you make more in sales, guys, you get better. That's literally it. And that's the reality, unfortunately. Anyone, any last couple of questions, guys? You're waving or you're asking me? Let's go for it, sorry. I thought you were saying goodbye. Go
Nope.
for it.
Oh, been waiting to ask. So there's a lot of parallels between what Elvis's situation is
Yeah.
and mine, except it's my own offer.
Yeah.
And I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, give me a minute. And I can't, I've got the metrics, I've got the numbers, I've got the testimonials, I've got the results. I'm one of the only people in my industry who's actually writing a resume and providing coaching that is getting people effing interviews and jobs. Everybody else goes to the professionals and they get a really pretty document.
Yep.
And it doesn't do anything. And they're so jaded. And
I can't. Here's
so many
the
people
thing.
are
I'm going to
scammers.
stop you. I'm going to stop you for
Yeah.
a second, Melissa, because I can't hear and I don't want to hear you complaining because it's not my problem or it's my fault.
I know.
What I will say to you is if you're going to look at the reasons why you're not successful, it's exactly why you're not successful. It's about what do I need to do to take the game that's being played right now and make it into my advantage. That's all it
That's
is.
what I was getting to. I just got a little wordy, but
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get past that jadedness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when
But
somebody
maybe not, maybe like just because you think it's a great business doesn't mean that everybody else is going to think it's a great business. Because you're competing with ChatGPT right now. What do you do, with all due respect, that ChatGPT at the advancement that I have it, which is like the $20 a month, can't help me do?
ChatGPT pulls from everybody else in the world that asks, make me a sales resume. And so the result is like taking all the colors in your kid's Play-Doh set and mixing them together. And the result is brown. And it doesn't work.
I know, but you have to
I've
ask yourself,
invented prompts and agents that actually make a resume that's uniquely that person. And that's part of why they get interviews.
yeah, but the problem is nobody wants to invest thousands of dollars to do it if they can run the risk of doing it on fucking free training from YouTube and free prompts on ChatGPT. You have to understand the reality of the situation we face with.
I get the reality, and they're going homeless left and right because the information they're being given sucks. It's wrong. It's bad advice.
Yeah, but it's down to you then to argue that point, and it's down to you then to discredit that way of going about it.
Yep.
That's it.
You're right.
Because me personally,
right.
if I'm looking for a CV, I'm like on ChatGPT and I'm on YouTube, how do I create the best opportunity and the best CV that ultimately gives me the best chance in this industry? And this industry of like 1, 2, 3, it's all about how you use it. But unfortunately for you, you're competing against an AI machine that's getting better every day.
Right. I get that.
Same as me. It's the reality.
Yep.
Yeah. So like I'm
Absolutely.
okay with
Yep.
that. So I'm using
Yep.
it to my advantage. So like if you don't
That-
use it to your
me
advantage,
too.
you ultimately get in trouble.
Yeah, I ultimately am too, and you're right.
So what's the question, Melissa?
Well, you answered it already, which is you've got to, I've got to get more
You gotta
aggressive
suck it
about
up,
telling them
unfortunately, Bubba.
this is BS, and you got to quit going this route because it's not going to get you anything.
Correct. Anyone else?
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Melissa. Unfortunately, guys, you can have your tears, and that's reality. And you can be upset, and you can be disappointed, and you'll be frustrated. And it's like, I know this company is going to work. It's like The Pursuit of Happiness. Anyone ever see The Pursuit of Happiness? where he like buys 200 units, 300 units. He's like trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And he's just trying and trying and trying. And he thinks he's not learning. He thinks he's not getting better. He thinks he's not doing the right things. But what he is doing is figuring out a different skill that once something else comes into his life, gone. So with all due respect to you, Melissa, and all due respect to your company, it ain't the company that I would invest in right now if I'm looking to deploy my funds. Who am I competing with? ChatGPT and fucking Google and AI and YouTube and free education and free training and so on and so forth. With all due respect to you, I think you're barking up the wrong tree these days. Ain't no one buying at the level you want to buy. And you can create all these AI tools and all these prompts and all this stuff. Why don't I just go to $20 a month AI machines such as ChatGPT or Claude or X or Y and Z, and then have a foundation, and then I can build on top of it with other people's opinions and education and free trainings. That's the issue. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but unfortunately, if I'm looking at that market, that's what I'm seeing. Right, anybody else? Guys, take stock of what I said to you today, because if you don't, guys, you're just going to get buried. And like, you'll be in a position where you'll be bitter and angry and frustrated about this industry. And it's not the industry, guys, it's you. This industry is brilliant. It's a fantastic industry. It's the best industry I've ever seen to make liquid cash quickly, reinvest that cash into whatever you want to do over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and walk away, guys, with your equity in your businesses or your equity in your funds or whatever it may be, and fucking off. That's it. That's how you should use this industry. Make your money, reinvest your money, have your money that's reinvested, give you your safety. Once you get above the pain line, guys, and you have your investments paying your life or enough to pay your life, everything else is irrelevant. That's why I didn't get out of bed till 11 o'clock the other day. Because it don't matter. It don't matter to me anymore whether I come here or not. If I didn't come here today, guys, it don't matter in my life. But how many of you can say that? How many of you don't turn up for work for the next couple of weeks? How many of you could go, my life actually doesn't change in any way, shape, or form? Most of you are doing this. That's the problem, guys. Yeah? And that's what I'm saying to you. You got to get above the pain line. Because if you don't, guys, you're just barely surviving life. Okay, right. Anyone, anything else? Candy, go for it. I got a couple more minutes, guys. I got nothing else to do today, so I gotta say.
It might be a quick question. I wasn't going to ask it because I feel like it's kind of a silly question.
Nothing silly around me, girl. I'm the most uneducated person here, so don't worry about that.
So I'm committing to doing more dials than I've ever done, basically. Yeah. So how do I build resilience in getting more dials? You see what I mean? Like, it seems like a silly question to ask, but it's like the thing that's kind of I'm scared of right now, because I've never done more than 76 dials in a day. Yeah. And I was like on a power dialer. So like just kind of need advice, like how do I ramp up and
for sure. What's your daughter's name? Is that a little girl? What's her name?
Yeah, this is Brianna.
Brianna? Hello, Brianna. Have you ever met an Irishman?
Hey, hi. Hi.
Oh my God, how are you?
She's 2.
She's 2. Oh my God, you're making me emotional. But anyway, say la vie. This is why I actually care for you guys, because I understand why. I understand the whole concept of like getting above the pain line to give them a good life. I understand this. So fundamentally, you have to say to yourself, the reality, Candy, is like 76 dials ain't gonna cut it. Because with the changes of the phones and the changes of access, they're just gonna block them. How many do you need to do a day? But you got to work backwards. So the metrics that I have always worked with my teams is like, what do you need in terms of sets per day? Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Oh, I guess, yeah, once I mute myself back. So the KPIs that I'm committed to are at least 100 a day, 100 dials a day.
Like what is, so 100 it equates to what? How many appointments do you need?
Oh, let me pull it up.
Because that's the actual, you should go to the goal and work backwards. So for argument's sake, if it takes you 100 dials to speak to 20 people, 20 people gets me 2 bookings, 2 bookings on the calendar gets me 1 deal. You understand the metrics backwards. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, so that's what I'm working through, is trying to figure out how
if you don't know that, you're fucking shooting in the dark. That's the problem though.
Yeah.
So like you got to do, so how you figure that out is you do as many dials as you possibly can. You literally over the next 7 days, you track how many dials you do, how many people you speak to, how many people you need to speak to get an actual booked appointment, how many booked appointments do you need on the calendar to get somebody to show up, how many calls do you need to get showed up from this pass or pat to make a sale. From your KPIs and metrics, how many sales do I need to be making on a monthly basis to hit my goal? That's why everything has to start with the goals and it works backwards. So if you're cold calling and you don't know those metrics, number one, you're basically fucking stabbing in the dark, which is an issue. I got a trade coming in, which is an issue. So you got to go that way. You got to go 7 days or 14 days or 21 days. How many dials am I doing? And like, how many dials is enough? It's never enough. Do more. That's the reality of that. And from there, then you got to go. So take this down. You got to go, how many dials am I doing to create? How many people do I speak to? From speaking to them, how many do I need to speak to on a daily basis to get a booking? From the booking, how many people do I need to be able to book on the calendars to get the first person to show up? From the person that shows up, how many people do I need to show up to make a sale? From the people that sell, how many do I need to make my goal?
Got it. So I'm supposed to be doing 18 booked, 9 that we're expecting a 45% to 50% show rate. So I need to have 9 show up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then if 5 people show up a week, the metric should be 1 sale, which is roughly about a 20% show or close rate. Yeah, so now you have an idea of the metrics. People don't just pull metrics out of their arsehole like I had to back in the day. You actually have to go through the analytics and you got to figure that out. That's how you figure it out. So you go 7 days, as many calls as you possibly can, way above 100 every day. That allows you to connect with how many people that you get to speak to, how many people you speak to creates how many bookings. How many people do I need to speak to every day to create the first booking? From the first booking, how many do I need on the calendar to show up? From the people that show up, how many do I need to make a sale? So for argument's sake, if you, on your metrics, you need 10 people to show up to make 2 sales. That's basically what they've told you.
Yeah, so I've got the KPIs, I've got the goals, I've got the numbers. I guess my question is more of in myself.
Oh.
Like, it just, see what I mean? It seems like a silly question, but it's like, I've never done that many numbers, so
I know, but like, what's the only way you're going to get better is by doing, and the only way you're doing is that if the need, want, and desire is more than obviously the ability to just walk through shit. Does that make sense? Like your little girl that's sitting on your lap right now, that's the most important thing in your life as well as your other kids. So like, what's the alternative? I have to pick up the phone and dial, and I have to get over that insecurity. And the reason why you have insecurity, and this is the actual fucking fundamental reality, is that you don't really know what you're doing. You're not really being trained on how to cold call. You're not really being trained on how to dial. You're not really being shown what it is, and you're not really being shown how to just separate it. That's work. This is home life. And how do I not mix both? How do I be a mom but also be a ball buster? How do I navigate objections off the rip? How do I actually do this job? You picked the hardest job in the world to do, my friend. As well as
it's a big reward, and I know that.
Yes, it's a big reward, but also it's about then the inputs that it will take you to get better. That's the key.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm gonna jump in, and then I'll be here next week.
Yes, jump in. Let me know next week how many sales or how many booked appointments you got. I don't care about how many does you done. I care about booked appointments. How many booked appointments have you got? That's all I care about. That's the actual metric I care about. That show up. Yeah. Right. Last 1 or 2 guys, and then I gotta go. I gotta put in some trades. Where we at? Does everything make sense of what I just went over, guys, today? Everything makes sense. If you do not understand that, guys, and if you do not believe that, Pat, I can't help you. No one can help you. Francois, go for it.
Bill, a question on the close on the call I had today. I've only had 4 calls in the start. On the when we closed, I presented the offer, the price, everything was good. So we share a link to pay, and the prospect received the link. He then said, okay, I don't have my credit card with me, got up just to check in the kitchen, came back to the call and realized his wife had his wallet. So he phoned her and said, you've got my wallet. I need it for this course I'm doing. And yeah, she said she's in the car, so she can't give him the details now. And he asked me, can he just get back to me because he doesn't have his car details. And after the call, I realized, I guess I fell for that because ultimately I could have probably pushed him to get on his phone and get a virtual card. I don't know if, yeah, I feel I dropped the ball there, but yeah, just in your opinion, did I drop
It's
it?
hard to tell you yes or no without actually seeing the call, and that's why it's hard for me to just say this is what you did wrong, because it's like I'm literally just winging it with you, and I don't want to wing it with you because most people will talk shit. It's hard to understand whether it was a true logistical objection or was it actually just a smokescreen. Hard to understand unless I actually see the call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's up to you. What do you believe it to be? It's not about me. It's about what do you believe it to be? You believe he was telling the truth and that it was just a case of logistic issues, or like what do you think?
It felt really genuine. The call went really well, and he went with everything, and he believes in it. And he said, "This is incredible. I like the offer. Everything's great. Let's do it."
Yeah.
And then when this happened, I kind of felt afterwards, because I've been following up once or twice now for 2-3 hours, and he's ghosting me. So I feel that because there was no objections, and I feel definitely I missed that, and that's my cue. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously just to learn from what happened today.
Some problems is like, you got to chalk it down to education, but you also got to chalk it down to experience in a sense of like, what do you think you would want to do better the next time if you were faced with this? How would you get past this? Now, most people have their phone and their cards on their phone, and they've got, access to their bank accounts on their phone. If you don't live in the real world. Yeah. So from there, then you could have took something down as a signal of intent. So is that his address? Is that his, bank account details? Is that his driver license number? Is that his email, his contact, his, postcode? You got to have something. And from there, then you'll kind of understand if he's forthcoming with all that information, it probably was a logistical concern. How many people here, I'll give you a quick example. How many people here would give me all of your credentials, your ID numbers, your driver license number, where you live, if you're not going to actively move forward with me in any capacity? Probably not a lot of you, right? You wouldn't give away sensitive information to a person you're not going to work with, would you? Or that you don't want to have those details, correct? So from there, then, what you would have had, Francois, is you would have had an understanding of what that person needs and wants and desires are. So the next time you're faced with that, throw something like that in there and you'll figure out whether it's a fucking smokescreen or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
All right, no panic. Elvis, you got a hand up or you're just here still in the call? I don't know. He does. Oh shit. Go for it.
Yeah, so just on like tracking metrics, like obviously beyond close rate, show rate, all the simple stuff,
Yep.
what specifically would you be tracking and how would you be tracking it? So like I've heard you say track future pays, cost of inaction, all that stuff. Like how are you tracking those things? You giving ratings out of 10?
You give yourself a rating out of 10 and you track everything from start to finish of the call. That's how my guys like Kurt and all those guys got to 30, 40, 50K months, is because everything is detailed to the decimal point. Because if you know the data, then you know where you need to get better at, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
So the
Is there
problem that
anything?
you have, you're just aimlessly aiming at it. You're just hoping that you know what you're doing, that ultimately is the right thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
if I asked you what happened over the last 5 calls, what the objections were, where you felt you lost it, you probably wouldn't have a clue, would you?
No.
That's the problem, because you don't track anything, you don't have any data, and to be honest with you, you're not going to stay at this company. So the problem that you have now is you're going to go to a different company, and if there's someone like me who's a serious operator, he's going to say, show me your data, show me your tracking sheet, show me where you've took the last 50 calls and exactly what you got out of it. And you're going to be like, I don't track my numbers. And then, do you know what I'm going to say?
Fuck off.
Back off, bruv, is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why would I want to work with somebody that ultimately doesn't respect himself enough to track their own metrics?
Is there anything particular you would be using to track that's good?
What's that?
Is there anything, any particular program or anything particular that you'd be using to track?
Yeah, Google spreadsheet.
Google
Build out your
spreadsheet.
own Google spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It's very simple. We have one in the company. It breaks everything down from North Star, future pace, cost of an action, how many objections you got. So I'll give you a great example of why you would want to do it. So let's say, for argument's sake, on a 7-day period, you had 10 calls. Let's just round up the numbers. Each of those 10 calls, one of them bought, one of them didn't buy. In the 8, I had 8 objections. Out of those 8 objections, I had 4 partner objections. Guess what you're going to work on over that weekend and into next week?
Partner.
Partner objection. Now, at the end of that week, you got 2 partner objections. So now, from your education and training, you've just increased your output by 50% based on that objection. That's how you get better, quickly, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
That's how Josh Lyons, all those guys, and all those guys that I could just keep throwing out and hundreds of them later, that's how they've all done it. Because they've taken the metrics that I've given them, what to work on, what to get better on, where to press on, what objection to focus on, what system up here to build. And that's how you get better. That's how you go from 8K to fucking 28K in months. Because you understand every decimal point of what you're doing. You're not just training for the sake of training like all of you in here. You all are like, I'm just training. Anyone ever go to the gym without a system or a structure or like an actual dedicated plan? You're just training. You're like, fuck, my back is a bit sore. I'll actually do a little bit of a push today. Listen, correct? We all do it. I do it. Everyone does it. If you do not follow a plan, a process, a system, a structure, you fall into the habit, guys, of just doing. Does that make sense?
Is there anywhere that you've got things which are like structured list of metrics to track?
Yeah, the whole thing. I've got the whole measurement tracker, the whole fucking thing. Just ask the question, can I have it? That's all you're at. Like, stop dicking about and just ask the question. 'Cause that's what you're doing. Like, it's like, is there anything I should track? And it's like, just ask the question. Fucking being a fanny about it. Just ask the question.
Yeah, I mean, can I have it?
No.
Okay, cool.
There you go. Simple, isn't it? It's just easier. Like, just ask the question. It's better than just being a fucking fanny about it. Yeah. It's very simple. Like, it's like, don't be a fanny about things, guys. If you're gonna want something and have something, then fucking at least ask. At least then you get an answer. It's either yes or no. All right. I'm not going to give somebody a metric to track things that don't actually want to track things themselves. I'm more than happy to give people a hand at things, but you have to start yourself. You have to do something yourself for me to go, fuck, I'm actually going to make your life better and easier. Here, try this way instead. But I'm not going to self-start for you guys. I'm not baby fit food in any way, as you know. And I know you're not asking to be baby fed and all that kind of stuff, but show yourself something first. Don't be looking over your shoulder and waiting for someone to come in and pay the bill. Do you know what I mean? Anybody, anything else? Go for it. Lorraine, do you speak? Go for it. How are you? Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Hello, Bill. How are you? I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan, fantastic. My favorite region in the entire world. What's going on over in Pakistan these days?
Well, I don't know if you're asking about the weather or if you're asking about me, but I run a boutique with my sister, and yeah, so I just want to transition to sales, so that's why I'm here. And
You
yeah,
speak absolutely beautiful. You got no Pakistan accent at all. Where? How? Why? You're like one of a dime of a dozen over there. How did
yeah,
that
I
happen?
get that a lot. It's because I have many foreign friends.
Oh, so that's just the answer. If you live in Pakistan, just have foreign friends. Because you sound like an
Yeah,
American.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to get into US offer.
Fucking absolutely awesome. You've broken down the biggest barrier that you guys have over there, and that's not me saying it. That's what you guys have. Unfortunately, that's the
Yeah, I mean,
reality.
I can speak English and Pakistan accent if you want
Yeah, fucking hell.
for fun.
Yeah, awesome. Well, brilliant. So, what do you do? What do you sell?
Well, currently I'm not on an offer. Like I just shared that I am running a boutique with my sister, and I'm trying to transition into sales. So that's why I'm here, training role playing.
Very good.
Andy is
What
my
did you do with your sister? Did you
role
say?
playing partner. It's a boutique. We make clothes.
All right, fantastic, brilliant. So you're trying to get into sales. Why?
Yeah, because I gotta get out of here.
Why?
I don't really like the place.
Why?
Because
Be honest.
I would say it's about the safety and everything. So, and also I wanna study fashion designing abroad. So I already have a diploma in fashion designing, so I wanna pursue my dreams.
Very good. Awesome. So you want to pursue your dreams. What do you need to do to pursue your dreams? You need to make money, don't you?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
That's the only reason you're here, if you want to be truthful and honest about it. Because if you were making $1 million into your bank account every year doing what you were doing, you wouldn't change, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to. So that's the problem. Like nobody wants to change, guys, because what they do right now is fulfilling them and their dreams and their aspirations in life. You all want to change and do things because what you're doing right now is not going to give you what you want. It's okay. It's okay to say I need to make more money in life. Be truthful with that because then you know what you need to do to get better. So awesome, brilliant. Well, nice to meet you. I've not met you before. It's good to have you with us here. I've never
Yeah,
heard
nice to meet you too.
a lady from Pakistan who speaks as eloquent as you. So take that on and run it all the way up. You have a beautiful
Thank you,
accent.
Bill.
Brilliant. Right.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Okay, I'm out. Behave yourselves, guys. All I wish for you to do is fucking have a good life. That's it. I've been very fortunate enough to build one, and I know what it's going to take. It's going to take everything you got, guys. That's it. And if you're not willing to do it, guys, just don't even try because you're just going to kill yourself in the process. If you're not actively getting better, guys, and I mean actively getting better is just not turning up on calls like this. It's like actively investing in yourself. And some of you are going to be like, well, I don't have any money to invest in myself, but yet you want to watch the football, you want to go out, you want to have nice things, you want to have nice cars, but like someone's got to pay somewhere. There's got to be a sacrifice somewhere. You got to have sacrifice in something. So you first have to understand where you want to go, and then it's like, what do I need to do to get there? Au revoir, my furry heads. Behave. Goodbye. God bless you all. Ciao.